it takes to be a superhero is the choice to fight evil.
Shut up, crime.
Welcome to Cynic Critique, where we get real with cult films. I'm Thomas, and I'm here with my brother and co-host, my bro-host, Bryan.
Hello.
And this week we talk about a couple of James Gunn's first ventures into superhero movies, with the specials and super. But to kick things off, and the reason we're discussing these films is because Superman is out now, and we just watched it today. Or today is recording this, anyway.
Yeah.
And personally, I thought this was a good outing for Superman. The cast is great. Corin Sweat's a fantastic Superman, probably the best one for me since Tom Welling in Smallville, who doesn't count, so it's kind of like the best one in a long time. I thought it had a great balance of what you really need from a Superman story, like I mentioned on the previous episode, of his moral code, him as a person in general, him as a hero, and what he actually stands for, I think is really brought up in this film. But overall, I'd say the story itself kind of lets it down. Although the characters, I think, are all great. Lex Luthor's probably a bit too eccentric, I guess. Might not be the right word. But yeah, there's a lot to love in this. It's a very Superman film for me, but we haven't had in a long time. I don't think even the TV shows recently, like people like Superman Lois, I don't think that had the same balance as what this has. This is very light-hearted and can really delve into the morals of Superman and just his code as well. You know, it's really well done. Do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm going to say spoilers, so skip ahead. We'll mark this bit and in the, what do you call it? You do it in the edit.
Yes, the description.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, time codes.
Yeah. Skip past this. It'll be in the time codes. But I agree with Thomas for the most part. I think the cast are phenomenal in their roles. Corin Sweat was phenomenal as Superman. I liked what we saw of him as Clark Kent. That's a downfall of this. I would have loved more Clark Kent in this. Not a 50-50, but definitely more weight given to the time of Clark Kent. But I found Superman to be wholesome and earnest, which I feel is what Superman has to be, and that's what this was. And like you said, it did go into his morals and his beliefs and his values quite nicely. I don't think it went really deep, but it went deep enough to get an understanding of what he is.
Yeah, I think for a general audience.
Yeah. My biggest problem is what you flagged with Lex Luthor. I find that he felt like a caricature in the film. Every character but him felt quite rounded and real within this world that's been developed, but he felt very caricature, very 2D.
Yeah.
I like it when he's a villain, but he believes he's the good guy, which this was, but I call it like an intelligent menace. Do you know what I mean? He brings something fearful, but it's from his intelligence and his insight, whereas this, it felt like he was, yeah, I'm smart, but I'm also terribly emotionally inept, and I'll keep my ex-girlfriends in cages in a pocket dimension. I'm not even bullshitting. That was a thing he did in this, and it's just ridiculous. It really lets the film down that, and that whole little pocket dimension thing kind of drags the film in a weird way. I think I've already said anyway when we did the animated features the other week that I'm not a big Grant Morrison fan.
Yeah.
And this film has a lot of Grant Morrison in it. It's not that I hated this film, I just feel that I could have seen where it could be improved. And it is good. There's a great Superman story in there. They also have the Ultraman thing in there. That bothered me. It's what I thought it was when they revealed about it being in the film. And then they play it off like it's a big reveal of who's under that mask in the climax. And it's like, you made this obvious in your first 30 minutes. It's like, why bother with this? Although the Fortress of Solitude in this might be the best one we've had in film.
Yeah?
Yeah. It feels lived in. You don't see much of it, though. It feels quite a small space when he's in there, which is a bit sad. I mean, what he uses it for and how it appears, I think, is just great. Like I said, one of the best. Crypto in this I thought was a nice touch, but I think he features maybe too much. And the score, I thought the John Williams vibing score that we had in the trailers was just for the trailers.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's very much the film, which is a bit sad. I thought we could get a new defining Superman theme. And my favourite part of this whole film, was an action scene featuring Mr. Terrific, who I am a fan of from the comics, and I think they did a superb job at portraying him in this film. I can't remember the actor's name now. We've mentioned him before in something, and he's in X-Men First Class. Also, Jimmy and Lois are incredible in this. I would have liked more with them. There's a part of the film where it just feels like they skip over a plot point where I would have liked to see them working it out a little more.
Yeah.
But overall, good, not great. I thought this had potential of being great.
Yeah. Edgadigi? Mr. Terrific, anyway.
Yeah.
Apologies. I can't pronounce his name.
I didn't hate this. It might sound like it with the flaws I have, but there was a lot I really liked. And it's mostly the characters. When you get with Superman and some of the other characters, they work great, like really well. They interact quite well. They're portrayed very well. I think the biggest problem I had out of all the characters for the cast is maybe Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. And it's not for the attitude or anything, it's just the fact that I feel this Guy Gardner's maybe a bit old, but that's about it. And the worst thing is Nicholas Hoult would have been a superb Lex Luthor had they given him more to work with, because he's doing a good job here, but I just feel it's very shallow for what could be done. Like, Lois doesn't have all that much screen time, and she feels more lived in than Lex. Well, that's Rachel Brosnan anyway. She's a great actress. And a great Lois Lane. It was only in this film that I actually could see like a likeness every so often to Margot Kidder, and I thought, there's no wonder you got this role. But yeah, that's it for that. Do you have anything to add?
Not really, no.
Okay, so I'll move us on to the specials then, I guess. What we were going to do before we decided we were going to attack Superman at the beginning.
Yeah.
So the specials, 2001.
As a special, you'll experience all sorts of exotic wonders.
Directed by Craig Mazin, written by James Gunn. I don't have the budget for this.
$1 million.
Made on a budget of $1 million.
It grossed $13,276.
And it grossed terribly, as Thomas just said.
Yeah.
The synopsis, as IMDb has it, the 6th or 7th best superhero team in the world pursue their rightful place in the harshly competitive world of toy tie-ins and fighting evil. It stars Thomas Hayden Church as Ted/The Strobe, Padgett Brewster as Emily/Ms. Indestructible, James Gunn as Tim/Minuteman. No, it's Minute Man. There's a whole running joke about him being Minuteman in there. Rob Lowe as Tony the Weevil, Kelly Caulfield as Nancy/Power Chick, Sean Gunn as Doug/Alien Orphan, Judy Greer as Deadly Girl, Jim Zulovich as Seymour/Mr. Smart, Jordan Ladd as Shelley/Nightbird, Jamie Kennedy as Amok, and there's Mike Schwartz as US Bill. There's also a character called 8, and I've not written any one of the actors down now that play 8, and I know one of them by name and I can't remember who it is.
John Doe.
Yes, John Doe. Do you want to start your thoughts on this? Or is there more you want to add to what I just said?
I was just going to say that 8 don't really play that much of a big part in this, really, anyway.
No, they don't.
I really like this. Well, I'm a fan of odd superhero films anyway, I think.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people compare this to Mystery Men, which I could probably see why, but I haven't seen Mystery Men in such a long time.
In fact, that's not a bad way to describe it. It's like the Mystery Men meets The Office.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. I probably prefer the characters in this to, like, what was it, Mystery Men, though? But like I said, I haven't seen Mystery Men in a long time. I just remember being quite disappointed with it, but I know a lot of people quite like it, so I don't really want to say anything about that until I probably rewatch it. So.
I mean, I wouldn't mind covering it at some point, actually.
Yeah, obscure comic book movies. Like we like doing.
Yeah,
I really like this. Like you said, it's a bit like The Office meets superhero stuff, and just really good for that. Thomas Hayden Church, I think, is a really underrated actor, and he does comedy really well.
He does.
The cast of this is really good and solid, to be fair. They deliver the comedy brilliantly, because it is that sort of like deadpan delivery. I
guess
dry.
It's kind of how it is in The Office.
Yeah.
They're like, but they don't talk into the camera in this, are they? It's almost like slice of life documentary feel, but it's close to deadpan. It's
played very serious anyway.
Yeah.
It's great. James Kennedy is remarkable.
He's incredible.
He's great. Yeah, I can't really say a bad thing about the cast. I thought they all delivered top-notch performance. Yeah. There's a lot of fun to be out of this, I think.
I think so. It's got a 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised, because like I said, a lot of people like The Office. A lot of people seem to like Mystery Men as well, so this, to me, it's just like...
I think this has kind of been niche and just fell through the cracks. Like you said what it grossed.
Yeah.
That shows the amount of people that saw it.
Yeah, I think the year it came out... and
ahead of its time as well.
Yeah.
They're parodying a superhero thing in film before a superhero boom's ever happened.
Yeah.
Like, if this came out now, it would probably have had a bigger budget as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, we can really do something with this. I had a lot of fun with this. It's a breezy, 90 minutes? 80 minutes?
80.
Yeah.
And well, I remember, if I'm right, about 10 minutes of that is like post-credit stuff.
I think you could be right, yeah.
Might not be 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
quite a lot.
There was,
quite a lot of
yeah.
post-credit scenes of just like possibly cut material, I'm guessing, if anything.
Yeah.
Some great stuff there as well.
Also, I said it's Craig Mazin as director of this. I'm hoping I've remembered this right now because I haven't pressed it. He's the guy behind the Last of Us TV series, and he'd done Chernobyl before that. But prior to that, he was doing parody sort of stuff, such as this. I mean, his name's all over, I think, the Scary Movie franchise and superhero movie.
Yeah, superhero movie. And that's where it was obvious.
Yeah. I think superhero movie's better than this.
I do love
I know superhero movie's parody, so it's kind of easier to hit story beats.
Yeah.
I think there's a great charm in superhero movie.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's pretty good.
I really like this, the fact that everyone's costume just looks homemade.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what if being a superhero was a 9 to 5?
Yeah. And they are the 6th or 7th best, right?
Yeah.
So I don't expect their costumes to be as good as everyone else.
And I'll tell you now, you don't really see any superheroics in this.
No.
Like, don't expect to see them, like, stopping space battles or even smaller bank heists and stuff like that. There's none of that in this.
No.
It's literally about these like a bunch of misfits basically trying to find their place in the world as a toy company kind of destroys their reality in a way by showing them in these weird ways.
The toys.
Terrible, aren't they? Yeah. But it just felt like something that would so happen in the 90s. Also, I believe this film was written in 2 weeks and filmed in 18 days.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty impressive alone.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot crammed into this film, character-wise.
Yeah.
You know, I just read out quite a large cast.
Yeah.
For a small film.
Yeah, and I feel they all have their own little arc, and it all gets played out in that time frame, so I think it does really well.
I thought it was really nice seeing James Gunn act in this.
Yeah.
I didn't know before we watched it, I'd seen he had a role in it as Minute Man.
Yeah.
But I assumed it was ironically a small part.
Yeah.
But no, he's one of the core team and plays quite a large part. He's Thomas Hayden Church's brother, isn't he? He's the Strobe's brother.
Yeah.
The idea is he can shrink himself small.
Shrink himself small.
Yeah, because that's quite an ongoing joke, isn't it? People call him Minute Man. And he's like, why do you think it's Minute Man? My power is to shrink.
Yeah. I think he says something about, I'm thinking of changing my name to Small.
Oh, yeah, just Small.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was more surprised that Rob Lowe was in this.
Yeah.
But I don't know where he was in his career when this came out, but it really feels like a strange film for him to be in.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him do more of this. It was only while watching this that I realised Thomas Hayden Church must be quite a big geek, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Sandman in Spider-Man 3. Yeah. Then he's Lobster Johnson, isn't he? He's Lobster Johnson, isn't he? In Hellboy?
Yeah.
There's a subtitle to that Hellboy, though, right?
No.
No?
No, they dropped the subtitle. I think it was originally
It was like
Hellboy.
Seed of Evil or something originally, right? Or is that one of the comics? It's been a while.
The video game is Science of Evil.
All right.
Seed of Destruction is one of the comic books.
Yeah, see, I've merged it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that one anyway. It's the one where Billy Jovovich is the villain anyway.
Yeah. Or David Harbour is Hellboy, whichever way you want to describe it.
It depends if you remember it as being good or bad.
Yeah.
If you remember it being bad, it's the one where Billy Jovovich is the villain.
Yeah.
She's not really in anything good. I mean, she's in things that people seem as good, but when you think of her as the lead or something, it's never good, really.
No, struggling to think.
There's a whole Resident Evil franchise. The closest thing I can think of is it The Fourth Kind? I quite like, based on a true story.
I think I watched
Casey
that.
Jones was in it.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think I watched that.
You know what I mean? I can't think of his name.
Let's go to this.
Yeah, that one.
I think I watched that. I can't remember it. I probably didn't like it.
I had fun with this, watching the characters interact and learn their way around this weird world that they live in. But I quite liked Mr. Smart.
Yeah.
Especially the bit with his contraption that helped him smell 1,000% better.
Like you'd want that.
I know. That's what's so funny. He's like the smartest guy in the world, apparently, and he's doing daft stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's why they're like the 7th or 6th best superhero team on the planet.
I mean, I thought the new member was good, Nightbird.
Yeah.
And it's like she's got bird powers, and you learn what they are towards the end. It's ridiculous. I won't say what it is, but I thought that was quite worth finding out.
Yeah.
But I think you'll recognise, like, depending on how deep you are in comics anyway, you'll probably recognise who these characters are kind of inspired by or mimicking, innit?
Yeah.
Because Sean Gunn's Doug/Alien Orphan, that's Superman, but just really turned differently, innit?
I guess.
I mean, US Bill, he's the, like, strongman of the group. He was also Superman, I guess. Because he's just the strong guy. They're all Superman! Damn! No, but there is, like, key parts of them where it's like, oh, that's so-and-so character. They're just riffing on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like James Gunn's Minute Man. That could easily be Atom or Ant-Man.
Yeah, for sure. There's a joke about stretchy powers, but I don't really want to go into that. It's a load of
Yeah.
just worth mentioning. I don't want to ruin the actual joke.
Yeah. Do you want to swing into trivia?
I suppose.
I mean, I've dropped a couple of bits already.
Yeah, no. I've only got the one about copyright issues, really.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
No.
I might get to it as I go through, but I don't remember it.
The one about copyright issues due to names, because it was originally Laserman, Thomas Hayden Church's character, that
All right.
became the Strobe.
Yeah.
US Bill was originally Dollar Bill. If I'm right, Dollar Bill is from...
It's from Watchmen, right?
That's what I want to say. And then the Weevil was originally Bug,
Okay.
and Amok was originally Eclipse.
All right.
So I can see why they got changed.
Yeah.
Amok basically looks like Nightcrawler,
Yeah.
even down to wearing black and red. And if I'm right, Deadly Girl pretty much has magic's powers.
From New Mutants.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for a lot of people, that's who Anya Taylor-Joy played in New Mutants.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I have about this is Gunn and Jamie Kennedy apparently argued frequently, and Rob Lowe distanced himself once West Wing took off. Apparently production tension was quite high due to it. A patio chair incident occurred between James Gunn and Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw they didn't get on, but I saw they were friends before this as well.
Kennedy and Gunn?
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
They used to share an apartment or something together.
Right.
It was Jamie Kennedy that read the script for this and said it was really good and sent it to his own agent.
Yeah.
And they got a deal to, for this film on this.
Yeah.
But apparently they wanted him to write Spy vs. Spy, an adaptation of that as well.
Okay.
Gunn said this script pretty much opened doors for him.
Yeah.
The film, however, did not.
Which I could believe.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing to come from this film is Rob Lowe taught James Gunn the extras game,
Yeah.
naming every background actor by who they resembled, famous people they resembled. Gunn later then applied that when naming rooftop zombies in Dawn of the Dead, which is a good little scene. I mean, Dawn of the Dead's a great film. In fact, this film led to that, isn't it? That's the film he did after this, I believe. Or is Scooby-Doo between?
Scooby-Doo, I think, is between...
Dawn of the Dead's 04, isn't it?
I think so. I usually write mine in order, so I've got Scooby-Doo before Dawn of the Dead.
Alright.
Scooby-Doo's like 2002, I think.
Okay.
Good on him, go from this to Scooby-Doo, that's all I've got to say.
And apparently, 20th anniversary Blu-ray got released in 2020.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it includes new commentary tracks with James Gunn and Craig Mazin, along with Paget Brewster and the effects supervisor Mojo, plus deleted scenes, behind-the-scenes photos, and the theatrical trailer.
Nice. Now, the cinematographer for this is Elliot Rocket.
Great name.
Yeah, it is, but he'll be known for the X trilogy now, as in Pearl and Maxine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did all three.
I didn't care much for Pearl. Maxine I was liking till the end. But X, I think, is a masterpiece.
They're all great cinematography, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
And they're all well-made films.
They are, yeah. No doubt about that either.
I like Maxine. It was a good film. I didn't mind the end either.
I liked it, but the end just felt a bit weak.
Yeah, but that's you, innit?
As for trivia on this, I don't have any more to have, unless you have.
No, pretty much gone through mine now.
I forgot to mention, Melissa Joan Hart was in this.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone will know her. Well, not everyone will actually now, will they?
No.
But she's famous for Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The good original one, not the Netflix one that had John Hamm's daughter in it.
Not John Hamm's daughter, but Don Draper's daughter from Mad Men.
Yeah.
Don't confuse people even more.
I can't help it.
Because you'll have people thinking Sabrina and the Teenage Witch is John Hamm's daughter somehow, I imagine.
I'd believe it. John Hamm's incredible. He's pretty much made of magic, so it wouldn't surprise me if his daughter was a witch.
He's made of ham.
No, he's made of magic. His name is Ham. He's the magic man.
But yeah, for me overall, I'd say if you enjoy stuff like The Office, stuff like Mystery Men, just superhero stuff in general, and again, like The Office, like that sort of humour.
Yeah, definitely that like quirky, offbeat humour in it.
Yeah.
With a little bit of heart, I guess, because that's James Gunn's flavour in it.
Yeah, I think they'd like this.
Yeah, I would probably choose this over Guardians.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But I think it's just for the fact I prefer what feels like smaller and intimate, and Guardians is big and quite vast in it, really.
Sure.
I like Guardians, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. I haven't seen many Russian films.
That's because there's a film called Guardians, a superhero thing by Russia. I realise again that people might not
know. That. I'm just keeping you on your toes. Your twinkle toes.
That's a reference to Kenny Omega, I think. Jim Cornette calls him that.
No,
he's a wrestler.
It was a reference to your ballet lessons this morning.
I don't do ballet.
And what's the tutu about that you're wearing?
Don't know what you're on about.
You're doing pirouettes. Thomas, sit down.
I'm not a yes and improv guy. I'm not paying
I can tell. I realised.
I'm here for facts.
I mean, after like 30 plus years of being your brother, I should know this by now.
You're my brother?
Yeah, didn't Mum and Dad tell you?
No.
You're adopted.
Thank God for that. I'm going to go find my real parents now. That's what this podcast is about. It's very in theme for Superman, I feel.
Are we moving to Super?
I don't know. Are we moving to Super?
Sorry, I meant supper. I've had my tea. I'm ready for supper.
God damn. This is horrible.
Sorry, I feel like I'm strategically accidentally trying to tank us.
You do that every week, don't worry.
I know, I realise. I've edited the last couple. I realise what I do.
I'm glad.
I'm upping my game.
Now you see why I'm angry with you all the time.
I still don't get that.
No, I don't think so.
It feels very unfair.
I'll move us on to Super before I don't know.
Have an argument.
I was going to say an aneurysm. 2010 Super.
Jock, he stole my wife. Can you arrest him?
Sometimes it's better just to accept these things.
Of course, this one's written and directed by James Gunn. It was on a budget of $2.5 million, and it grossed a whopping $422,618.
Yeah, I was surprised about that.
I wasn't.
It's just that I felt like Super was a big film when it released.
No. Anyway, stars Rainn Wilson as Frank Darbo and the Crimson Bolt. Ellen Page, now known as Elliot Page, as Libby/Bolty. Liv Tyler as Sarah. Kevin Bacon as Jack. Michael Rooker as Abe. Sean Gunn as Tony. And the synopsis: after his wife falls under the influence of a drug dealer, an everyday guy transforms himself into Crimson Bolt, a superhero with the best intentions but lacking in heroic skills.
I love this film.
Yeah?
This is probably my favourite out of all of Gunn's films.
Really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more on a rewatch than I did when I originally watched it. I don't know why. I found it quite amusing this time, but the first time I watched it,
Do you think maybe it weren't what you were expecting the first time? Or do you think your tastes have changed?
I honestly have no idea. I just remember finding it not funny at all when I first watched it, but this time I found it funny. It could have been the time of day I watched it or anything, I really don't know.
Yeah, that's true. You don't find anything funny until dinner.
I don't find anything funny. I'm going to say right off the bat that this has one of James Gunn's guys, or he was, on music, which was Tyler Bates. And he is also known for the X trilogy. He is, yeah. Did all three of them. I love his work on the Punisher TV series, the John Wick movies, Watchmen, Dawn of the Dead. And then my surprising one was Army of Two 40th Day. I always forget he does that.
Incredible.
And then I think that's my favourite thing about that game.
Oh, I don't know.
No, maybe not.
I like the bit where the villain just appears all of a sudden. We know who he is because the level that introduces him's missing unless you get the DLC.
Oddly, this also has a link to the Punisher. Unfortunately, it's Steve Gaynor, who I said I wouldn't name for his Punisher movie, so we'll pretend I didn't say it was a Punisher link, but he also worked on Mayhem, the movie Mayhem.
Who's Steve Gaynor?
He's the cinematographer.
Alright, okay. Which Punisher did he do?
I said I wouldn't name the movie when we did the Punisher.
Right. Is it a fan film?
No.
Is it the one I think it is?
Probably. Yeah, it will be. Because, again, this was a lower budget than that movie.
And it looks good.
Yeah, it looks
But they lean into the more human element of it as well, so they're not trying to style it in any weird way. No. And they're probably not filming in New York, that costs a hell of a lot either.
Yeah, it was Punisher Warzone he worked on, and I really felt like
I don't think we've covered a film that I don't like any more than I dislike that film.
We did do Dumb and Dumber 2, and you said we will never do a movie I hate again.
That's true. But I don't actually hate Warzone. I'm just very disappointed in it.
Yeah.
Anyway. And I always think I like it when I rewatch it, which makes it sting even more.
Yeah, but I just want to say that Steve Gaynor really does a great job on this film, and he really captures exactly what it's supposed to, and I really don't blame him for his work on Punisher Warzone, but I just felt like I'd really shat on his work on that one and really didn't want to name him.
But now you've seen what he can do.
Yeah.
and you wouldn't have thought about this at the time because you're like, I don't like that film either.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking. So I just had to name him for this one.
What do you think's made you do the 180 on this?
Honestly, I have no idea. I just remember I didn't like this when I first watched it. I just remember not liking it.
Right.
And then you were kind of arguing with me that it was a good film at the time, and I just weren't having it.
Oh, so you actually owe me an apology?
No, I think it's fine.
Wow. I want the listeners to message me and tell me they understand how bad it is that I don't get an apology.
I think they should message you and apologise to you.
Why are they apologising to me?
For thinking this is a good film, I don't know.
No, I really like this. I think Rainn Wilson is incredible as Frank. Also, Frank Darbo, what a great name. I feel like it's a reference to Frank Darabont.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know why it would be a reference to him, but it just feels like
and
it.
Then I just remembered about, because I was thinking of Frank Devereaux, It was the character in Supernatural, because I remembered there was a film, but I can't remember what film or actor
Oh,
it
there was
is.
a character called Frank Devereaux.
Yeah, no, like the lead guy in this film, and I was like, what a strange reference.
Yeah, and if I'm right, it was a sort of film where like the creators of Supernatural would know this film.
Yeah, it was like an action film, I think. I can't remember, but yeah, it was pretty weird. It just reminded me of that.
But yeah, I think Rainn Wilson is great in this.
Yeah.
I think Elliot Page has always been great in what I've seen them in.
Yeah.
Liv Tyler never really, I don't know.
This is the best.
She's never bad.
This is her best performance.
I don't know. There's that music video where she's with Alicia Silverstone.
I don't watch music videos.
I just know there's a music video where it's her and Alicia Silverstone to an Aerosmith song.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what song. I just know it's together, and that will be my favourite just because there's Alicia Silverstone's in it and she was Batgirl. It's just a bias I have and I can't get rid of it.
Which I think now Liv Tyler's been in.
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking.
Empire Records. She was pretty good in Empire Records. I'm going to say Empire Records.
Yeah.
Is my favourite film of hers.
Not Lord of the Rings.
I don't really care that she's in it.
No, I don't either. She just plays Aragorn's love interest.
It sounds bad, but...
And the movie just gave her more to do.
Yeah, but you say she plays Aragorn's love interest, but then we get the woman later in Return of the King who's a far more interested in Aragorn love interest.
Yeah, but she just loves Aragorn. I love Liv Tyler, the elf woman.
Yeah, but he sees her still.
And this woman goes like, okay, I'm going to go live with David Wenham now.
Yeah.
And it's really weird. Anyway, back to Super.
Yeah. I like Kevin Bacon in this.
Kevin Bacon's great.
He's kind of like the film's bad guy, but I don't feel they do anything with him for quite a while to make you think, God, this guy's a bad guy. But I think that's kind of the point, to put you on Frank's side a little more.
Yeah, but I was going to say, I remember the first time watching this and this time watching this. I did it both times and I thought, Kevin Bacon is just going to be a nice guy. And I kind of wish he was.
You always wish he was.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, I find him quite a good character in this, for the fact that you just think he's one of them like obnoxious jock types.
Yeah.
For like that's just stolen Frank's wife away. But the more you get to see of him, the worse he seems to be, and it kind of unravels in a really good way.
Yeah.
I also like how Rainn Wilson's character Frank, you think he's just a little sad and depressed to start with, and then you realise there's a little more going on because he's starting having visions of God telling him what to do.
Yeah.
And the voice of God is Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
And you get cuts to a show that he clearly used to watch as a kid, The Holy Avenger.
Yeah.
And it's some Christian-based superhero played by Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
And James Gunn appears in a few of those skits where he plays the devil or something.
Demon's Will.
Demon's Will, yeah. I think that's quite funny. Also, classic, Sean Gunn and Michael Rooker appear in this.
Yeah. Sean Gunn's great in this.
He's just one of the thugs, isn't he?
Yeah, he got some great bits in this.
Yeah.
I don't really want to spoil, but his character's great. I put it all on him because he's probably the highlight of this film. And Kevin Bacon's in it. So.
Linda Cardellini's in this as well as a little small part.
Yeah, she's a pet store employee.
Because before we watched it, I was like, don't remember her being in it. I can't wait to see what she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in one moment where she talks to Frank in the pet store. I think he's looking at rabbits.
Yeah, she says this might be a good pet, and he's like, no, I can't really accept it. And just leaves, and it's like, well, she'll come back later, but she doesn't.
Because you feel like the end of the film should be him buying a rabbit or something.
Yeah. She is, however, the link to last week's film, so that's cool.
Yeah.
She's the voice of Lex Luthor's niece in All-Star Superman.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like watching Frank spiral after his marriage fails. You kind of feel for him, but it's also done in a really funny way. But it's not like you're laughing at him. It's like you're kind of laughing with him. I can't describe it, but it's funny anyway, right?
I don't know, I was laughing at him.
There's a really good bit, and I think the special effects are pretty good, actually, especially now I know the budget on this one, where they take his skull off. They open his head up.
Yeah.
That's a really good bit.
Yeah.
It's like a dream sequence or an hallucination. It's not actually happening.
Yeah. But you know.
I don't think Rainn Wilson would be alive if that actually happened. But no, I thought this film was a bigger film than it was, because I was following a lot of places online at the time that were quite into these sort of like low budget cult like indie films, and I can't seem to find anywhere like that online anymore.
No.
They've all seemed to have gone just big studio films.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because these are harder to find now, or there's less of them, or I'm maybe just not as active online as I was looking at film websites and
maybe it's that one, or the actual good filmmakers that were making films like that now
have progressed up to the bigger films.
Yeah. Like
James Gunn went from this to Superman.
Yeah, 15 years ago this.
Yeah.
So, good on him. That's all I have to say.
I also like how the violence progresses in this.
Yeah.
It starts with him like just beating on somebody for moving place in a line.
Yeah.
And slowly progresses to a all-out tactical assault on Kevin Bacon's place. I say tactical assault. I don't really feel there was any tactics.
No.
I think it really steps up. It steps up in a really good way, like how it progresses.
Yeah.
And I think it hits its peak once Elliot Page is with him.
Yeah.
Once you get Balti, is it Libby?
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get Libby spending more time with him, I think the film really opens up into something incredible. And it's such a weird dynamic between them as well. It's a really weird dynamic. And she is crazy. She works at a comic book shop, doesn't she? And she inspires him. Like, not inspires him, but she's kind of like, oh, you want to be reading these comics kind of thing. But she doesn't realise at the time that he's trying to be a crime fighter / vigilante.
Yeah.
/ superhero. It just all unravels so well. Oh, I'd like to say that Andre Royo is in this. He plays Hamilton. He works at the diner where Frank works. It's only a small part, but he's a brilliant actor. He plays Ron Perlman's best friend in the Hand of God TV show, which is a phenomenal TV show worth checking out. He's in other things as well, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Is there anything you want to get into on this?
Yeah, there's a great bit of trivia for this that I have to get out.
Oh, go on then.
Jean-Claude Van Damme was originally
I knew you wanted to say
going to
that.
play Jack.
Bloody knew it.
And Gunn said that he went kind of AWOL, and I just couldn't risk the personality type on this movie.
Yeah.
So Kevin Bacon stepped in the last minute, and I thought Kevin Bacon, what a guy.
And I think that's why we get the Kevin Bacon as the hero thing in the Guardians trilogy.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I really wanted to get that out there. And then there's a whole lot of like script passing around, really, I guess.
Yeah.
Gunn's ex-wife, Jenna Fisher.
Yeah,
gave
she's
the script-
Pam from The Office.
Yeah, she gave the script to Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
He really liked it. Gunn apparently wanted John C. Reilly, so I'm guessing that's why he ends up in Guardians.
I can see John C. Reilly doing this, to be honest.
Yeah, I can. But yeah, Rainn Wilson, a great choice anyway.
Yeah.
And then Wilson gave the script to Page,
All right.
because they were on Juno.
Oh, is Rainn Wilson in Juno?
Yeah.
I need to rewatch Juno. I remember really liking Juno.
Kind of like the cast all got each other on.
I think that's what happens in these indie circuits, though, isn't it? You call out who you know and pass it around. It's networking, isn't it?
Yeah.
It helps keep your budget down as well.
Yeah.
I did see they shot this over 24 days,
Yeah.
which doesn't surprise me. There's a few more locations than the specials, and you've got action sequences to choreograph.
Yeah.
Whether they're choreographed well or not is a different story. But I think the way they're shot, that shootout thing at the end, just adds to the humour.
Yeah.
And it feels very comic book panel
Yeah.
with how it's done, because you get like the one shot of action, and then it's a quick cut, and people have kind of moved location almost, and then another shot of the action. So, and you don't lose placement of where people are, but it just feels, for a film, it feels a bit odd editing and action choreography, but when you think that they're kind of replicating comic books to an extent, I think it really works. Whether it's intentful or it's an accident, I think it's a style that comes off as working.
Yeah.
Apparently, Rainn Wilson appears in Brightburn as well. There's a photo of Frank Darbo in Brightburn, apparently. I saw that in the trivia.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, this gets compared to Kick-Ass quite a bit.
Yeah.
Apparently, they were developed at similar times, which they probably will have been. This came out in 2010.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what year Kick-Ass was.
2010 or 11.
Yeah. It was before First Class.
Yeah.
X-Men First Class, that's for sure.
So, when was that?
But it is about 2010, isn't it? Or 2009, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think this is a completely different animal to Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, they're both saying what if somebody chose to be a superhero in the real world, but Kick-Ass actually has Big Daddy and the like in that world, doesn't it? You know, I mean, there's only Big Daddy in that world at that time anyway, isn't there? But there's something a little more comedic and less tragic in Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Where in Super, it's funny, yes, but there's like a tragedy to it.
Yeah.
And it feels a little more real in that sense.
Super's more dark comedy?
I guess, yeah, dark comedy, satire.
Yeah.
Well, Kick-Ass is satire, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll go to the genres on IMDb. They've got dark comedy, high concept comedy, raunchy comedy, superhero, action, comedy, crime.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah, I think it really works. I think what's really weird about the Crimson Bolt, as he's called, is he carries a wrench.
Yeah.
And funnier still, his logo is his face.
Yeah.
It's just his mask, basically, on a... I forgot the name of the shape. They're quite a traditional comic book shape, that, like, explosion sign.
Yeah.
They have a proper name, don't they? A proper term. But I can't remember what they are. But, yeah, I think the logo is the biggest letdown of his costume. Because I genuinely quite like his outfit. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. It's not bad. So he made it himself.
Yeah. Did you also see that this film was written in 2002?
Yeah. It was deemed too violent.
Yeah. And esoteric tone.
Yeah.
But apparently it was Jenna Fisher's push that helped get it made.
How strange.
Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't make more at the box office than it did, because it felt like quite a big event when it released to me. It didn't go out to cinemas over here, but I was aware of its existence before it got released over here.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of them films that now, thanks to the superhero boom in the film industry, will have quite a longevity amongst film fans. There'll be people that have grown up in this MCU era of film that will grow up with an interest in superhero films, and I think they'll gravitate towards these sort of things as they get older and start looking for them weird niche, more underground, underdog type films.
Yeah.
So, and if that's not the case, I'm hoping that's the case. Because these types of films are charming. I'm hoping we do a season of these sort of films, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe soon. We'll check the calendar and see what's what. But you got any more trivia on this?
Not really.
Okay. Do you mind if I drop some James Gunn trivia? Seems as though this is the Gunn show.
If you want, yeah.
Okay. He started at Troma Entertainment, which is famous for B-movie studio stuff like The Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
It's where he learned how to write, shoot, edit, and market on such a low budget. He calls Troma his film school, which I thought was quite nice. His breakout scripting was for the 2004 Dawn of the Dead remake, directed by Zack Snyder. The script put him on Hollywood's radar, but Slither in 2006, his directorial debut, bombed theatrically, but it's now a cult classic. I don't mind Slither, but it's kind of forgettable to me.
All right.
I'm just saying. Gunn is notorious for reworking misfit ensembles like The Specials, Slither, Super, Guardians of the Galaxy, Suicide Squad. Now kind of Superman, I think. He's managed to turn that into an ensemble of misfits as well. And they all spin into a messy family of weirdos and outcasts. And I think he's kind of managed to achieve that in his Superman as well.
Yeah.
This is my favourite one. He fronted a band called The Icons in the 90s. They had a track on the Tromeo and Juliet soundtrack. He still sneaks music deep into his filmmaking. He's very passionate about music, I think. I feel he's got quite an eclectic taste. He writes his music into his scripts where the song should play, which I think is, it's not unique. I believe, can't remember his name, British, Baby Driver.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, I believe Edgar Wright does that as well. Because at the time, him and Gunn and Edgar Wright were going back and forth on what songs they were including in their script, because they had a film out at a similar time. They didn't want overlap. I can't think what their films were now. I think one might have been the I'm haunted in 60s London, but I'm also from the present.
Last Night in Soho.
Yeah. And whatever Gunn would have had out then. Would it be Suicide Squad?
Don't know.
Okay, you don't know.
No.
And then the last thing I could say about James Gunn is he nearly got fired permanently from Disney after some edgy tweets got resurfaced. But the cast of Guardians publicly defended him, and it got him hired again. But that led to him working at DC, and I'm hoping that's for the better. I'm feeling it is so far.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got on some Gunn trivia.
All right.
I'm a big fan of the Spaz 12 shotgun, if you want to add that into Gunn trivia.
No.
Okay. Do you have a favourite Gunn?
No.
Okay. Why are you looking at me like that?
It's probably Billy Gunn.
All right. Time for some post-episode punch questions.
All right.
Team up time. Which Specials character would you pair with Frank for the weirdest superhero duo ever?
Amok.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. If the Crimson Bolt and the Strobe swapped movies, you know, you put the Strobe into Super and Frank into the Strobe's role of Specials.
Yeah.
Who do you think's basically going to survive the other's world better?
I think it's obvious. The
Yeah.
Strobe.
You think the Strobe would survive the world of Super?
Yes.
Okay.
He had superpowers, for real.
Yeah, I guess. Who's a more terrifying sidekick? Bolty or Amok?
Oh, God. Bolty.
Yeah. They were wild.
Though Amok does have some very...
Questionable.
Yes.
Which one of them do you think could accidentally blow up your car first?
Who?
Amok or Bolty?
Bolty.
I just thought I'd follow it up. If you had to be in one of these teams, I guess it's not really teams, but if you had to be with Frank and Bolty or the Specials, who are you picking?
The Specials.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your power? You need a power to be with them.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll probably have power.
Okay.
Why else would I be able to go there?
That's why I'm asking, what is your power?
I don't know. I
Okay,
haven't
they
thought
might
that
pick
one.
a weird power.
Like what?
I don't know, hindsight? The power to see perfectly how to fix a situation that's already happened.
No, I have hindsight. I see in baked beans and
All right.
soup. I can sense them.
Which of these films do you think showed more of the personality of James Gunn? Because obviously he directs one.
Super.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Though I could say the Specials because he's in it.
Yeah.
Well, he's also in Super, so...
If the Specials got a Netflix reboot and Super became a prestige miniseries, which one survives bin culture and why?
I'd probably say the Specials would probably survive.
Yeah? All right.
Like I said, it's a bit like The Office, and I imagine some people probably find that amusing. So it's kind of already got like a fan base there.
Because these films are both about like what it means to be a hero, I guess, for Frank and the Strobe. Who do you think secretly wants to be the hero more? Frank or the Strobe?
Frank, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we had to become our own dysfunctional superhero duo, which of us is Bolty and which of us is the Strobe?
I guess I'm the Strobe.
Oh dear God. Oh my God. That says a lot about me. I am the strobe.
What?
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 What? What?
What did you just say?
What do you think I said?
You said you're the strobe.
Exactly.
That's weird.
It is a bit. In fact, I think I'd rather be Bolty than the strobe. The strobe had a lot on his plate.
Yeah, but he was cooler.
I don't know. Bolty wanted to get shit done.
So did the strobe.
No, the strobe just felt like he worried about his marriage a lot and toy sales.
That's because of the film. That was the story of the film. We never really got to see him in heroic action.
Anyway, they're the questions. Anything else to add, or shall I wrap this bad boy up?
I do want to say that James Gunn does say that he hasn't really done a superhero film until Superman.
Okay.
Because he said that the specials don't really count as one of his because you generally wrote it, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's not really about
It's not about being the superheroics, is it?
And then he said Super is just about a guy being a vigilante.
Yeah, and struggling.
And then he said Guardians of the Galaxy. He said they're not really superheroes.
No, they're not.
They're just like adventurers in a way. Yeah.
And just to shut some people up, they're not Avengers either.
Yeah, exactly. God damn, it really bothers me when people think they're Avengers. Because they're in an Avengers movie doesn't make them an Avenger. Anyway. And then he said that the Suicide Squad, he said that weren't a superhero film either. He said that was a bunch of supervillains.
Yeah.
It was a supervillain movie.
It's more of an action film as well,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
than superheroics.
It's a great one, though.
Yeah, I really like it.
I think that's probably one of my favourite Gunn movies.
Is that all you're throwing in?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for joining us this week as we stepped inside the Gunn Show, unpacking satire, sincerity, and superpowered chaos from a filmmaker who never met a misfit he couldn't turn into an icon. You can find us at Cynic_critique on X and Instagram, and Cynic-critique on Blue Sky. Next time, we leave indie grit behind and head straight into glossy 2000s blockbuster land, where we ask the real questions. What is family? What is flame? And what exactly is the Silver Surfer surfing towards? We're diving into Tim Story's Fantastic Four duology to find out. Thank you, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Don't even think about it.
Never do.